Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Perpetual here. If you're new, you're warmly welcome. And thank you all so much for joining me today as we continue our Waakye Fest. Today we're making Waakye Stew and we're gonna fry some red fish as well. Come along and let's get started. As always, the exact measurements will be in the description box below. For the stew today, I'm using wele cow foot and some goat meat. I'm just preparing what I need to steam my meat with, and that's just gonna have some onions, ginger, garlic, and some seasoning. I'm using 1 Maggi cube, some rosemary, and my all-purpose seasoning, and then I'm going to add the blended mix, and this is going to steam for about 20 minutes. And before we continue, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and remember to turn on your notification bell so that you will know when I upload more amazing videos. After about 20 minutes, I'm removing my goat meat and my wele from the stock, and I will allow the cow foot to cook for a bit longer because it is really tough. And while the cow foot continues to cook, I'm going to go ahead and fry my goat meat only. Because the goat meat will end up in the stew, I like to fry it to a darker brown, and if you're going to be using it on the side, you can fry it a little bit less than I have right here. And now we'll go ahead and start with our actual tomato base for the stew. One thing with Waakye stew is that it requires a lot of onions, so in total for the amount of stew I'm making, I'm going to be using about 5 large onions. So I'm starting with vegetable oil and the leftover oil from when I fried the goat meat. I'm going to fry my onions for a few minutes and then I'm going to remove it and add it to the blender because my kids do not like stew that has chunks of onions in it. After blending our mix and pouring it into our oil, this is going to fry for about 10 minutes to allow all the excess water to evaporate and cook down and get really nice and concentrated before we continue. And after that, I'm going in with about 300 grams of tomato paste, and we're going to fry that for a few minutes as well. And I'm going to chop my tomatoes and blend it. Guys, no matter how powerful my blender is, I always like to slice through my tomatoes just to make sure that they're all good. And I'm making quite a huge batch of stew. That's why I'm using this much fresh tomatoes. After our tomato paste base cooks down, I'm gonna go ahead and add my blended fresh tomatoes, and this is going to cook for a good 20 minutes to half an hour while you stir occasionally. And remember all the amazing stock from our meat? I'm adding that in there for a lot of additional flavor. And I'm adding one more seasoning cube. In this case, I'm using Maggi, and I'm also adding about a tablespoon of curry powder to my stew, along with about a teaspoon of dried rosemary. Once the oil starts to settle on top of your stew, you know that it is time to start adding your meat. I usually start by adding the cow foot just because it's tougher and needs a little bit more time, and after about 5 minutes I add my wele, depending on how tough my wele is as well. And then my goat meat goes in. If I was using soft wele, I would have left that towards the end to add, just so it doesn't get really soft in the stew. And as our stew simmers away for a few more minutes, let's get started on our fish. I've just soaked it in a bit of vinegar, salt, and water, and I'm going to leave it on a strainer or on some paper towel for the excess water to drain out. And I'll just be needing a light coating, and I'm keeping it really simple. It's just about a cup of flour with about a teaspoon of salt and about half of a Maggi seasoning cube. And I'm just going to lightly dust my fish and get it into the oil to fry on medium to high heat, about 5 minutes on both sides. After about 5 minutes, or when the edges start to brown, I'm going to go ahead and flip it so that the other side can cook and crisp up as well. Now, once our fish is done, you can attest to the traditional way of getting your egg when you buy your roadside waakye is to have it fried. So it is hard-boiled eggs, and then you put it in oil to fry around it. It is amazing. It tastes so good, and it makes such a huge difference that when I'm trying to recreate that roadside street food waakye at home, I always like to fry my hard-boiled eggs like I'm doing right here. And once that is done, you are definitely ready to serve your meal. And that's it, guys. Our amazing waakye stew with our waakye is ready to be served. I hope you enjoyed this little waakye fest, and I hope that you will take these recipes to your home to make it and enjoy it with your loved ones. Thank you all so much for coming along with me on this delicious journey. Have an amazing evening and take care.